you need some time to arrive here and to illustrate. From that moment I started actually to learn also Lithuanian. I am also a football referee. I really had to manage a lot of things at the same time. Time management, your key to success.
Okay, tea first.
Chai.
Chai. This is different tea, but I hope you like.
Turkish Airlines.
Like.
From Vilnius to Istanbul, then Istanbul, Tbilisi, Tbilisi, Istanbul.
You tried the Turkish tea there? Okay.
This must try.
Must try. Hello everybody, what's up? I hope everything is going well. Today I am with Dmytro and we will talk about work, life and study in Lithuania. He has experience in all topics, so he will be sharing his experience with you. Welcome Dmytro, how is it going?
Hi folks, thank you Suat for the invitation as usually. And yes, today I will try to share some of the insights and my basically storytelling, how I ended up working, studying and living in Lithuania. Well, I'm still keep living,
Okay.
but this is also a way to share and we hope that you'll find it useful.
Thank you very much, Dmytro. We already have other videos about that. Dmytro already sharing his story, how to move in Lithuania. So you can check it out, this video as well. But right now I'll be asking question more about his working experience, studying experience, and living experience. So maybe how you started to do stuff in Lithuania. So the first thing was study or work. So maybe we can start from here.
So, well, you have to refer to the previous video to check a bit on the story, because I have shared over there that I started my path in Lithuania basically first from volunteering, but more work and studying experience started from the traineeship in Effectas group. So I arrived here as a master student and I had 4 months traineeship in the project management and project design, mainly in the educational, non-formal education branch. And this is basically how I have started my professional path in this country. And slowly this traineeship experience shifted into the part-time position and I started to work basically right after the end of my traineeship. The good thing was that I was able to continue all the commitments online as well and remotely, because after completing traineeship, don't forget it was a time of COVID and I was still a master student in Italy. So I had to return, well, I went first back to Ukraine, but then I returned back to Italy. And yeah, I was still working remotely with a team on the project management, project design, project implementation basically. We had team meetings, I was mentoring newly arrived people. One of them is in front of me. Yes, and step by step was making my professional career in Lithuania.
So I think this is good inspiration and good example how you continue in Lithuania. In my opinion, this style is better because maybe during traineeship and volunteering process, companies or organizations observe you, looking your performance, and maybe also for the trust. And after that, you can find position, paid position, having salaries and stuff. So do you have any opinion on that?
Absolutely, you're right. You mentioned one key thing, which is trust. And you know, since we are doing PhD in sociology, sociologists call it as a social contract. So without being the manager or the CEO to check on your performance, how you commit yourself, whether you are consistent or not, it will be extremely difficult to jump on the professional track and to go ahead. So that's why, absolutely, I mean, you need some time to arrive here and to illustrate what is your expertise, what are your strengths and weaknesses perhaps at the same time, what are you good at, so what kind of value you can bring to the company or to the community or to the other people. And from that moment, yeah, to start performing, showing that off. And then if you are doing pretty well and decently, I mean, you will be observed and the manager or the CEO will see that you are doing well. And then you'll start also unrolling on the more let's say, professional track in terms of the potential employment. And well, in my case, it was a part-time opportunity. I believe if I wouldn't have an obligation, to return back to Italy and to stay over there, perhaps it could shift also into the full-time. So, well, we don't know because we haven't tried that, but there are always different ways and opportunities that you can pursue. And of course, you are in another country, which is another challenge, starting from basically from the language perspective, right?
Okay.
Because, well, Lithuanian language is not the easiest one. Let's admit that. Though all of my professional obligations, they were taking place in English, but still you are surrounded by people. You find yourself in the everyday life, in the interaction with others. That's why it's very important, let's say, to have some basics. And from that moment, I started actually to learn also Lithuanian, and to also immerse yourself slowly, step by step, into the community life, getting Lithuanian friends, getting to know more a little bit the cultural context also. So all of that, this is a mix of factors which also kind of following up along with your way and allows you to feel more confident and basically to develop your expertise and to grow as a professional.
Yeah, thank you very much. We talk about your work experience, internship, and a little bit about life, how we understand trust. And right now, I would like to ask, continue for your PhD studies. So, how did you start this process, and how is it going?
Okay, this is not an answer for 1 minute, but I will try to be short. I have started PhD in 2021, basically, more than 1 year after I did a traineeship here. When I started traineeship, I was still working as a part-time project manager in the Effectus. What is important is that after I completed also my master's in Italy, I have returned back to Ukraine. I was working for some period of time, and I took this time basically also to figure out whether I need PhD or not, whether I would like to jump on this academic track. I have figured out that yes, and I started also to look for the opportunities, because back to my master's again, we spoke with my former supervisor that would make sense to continue my academic track in the region, since I was covering a lot of migration dynamics between Ukraine, Poland, Lithuania. So that was a decision, let's say, to go to Poland or to Lithuania for PhD. And yes, and I was writing to the different universities, trying to reach out also the academic supervisors. And one of the professors from our institute, she responded to my inquiry, and she mentioned that she's ready to become my supervisor. She's interested in the topics that I would like to cover during my PhD journey. And from that moment, we started basically already more active interaction. We had a couple calls. I started to draft the proposal. All of that was happening while still has been to Ukraine. And already summer of 2021 was period of the application process. Again, you need to pass through some certain requirement, right? As you're aware. And in August, I've got the email that I have been admitted, and starting from October 2021, I started already PhD.
All right, thank you very much, Dmytro. Right now, I would like to ask, now you are doing a lot of things, working, PhD, and also trying to live in abroad as a foreigner. So how you balanced everything? So how you manage your work, study, and life?
Time management, your key to success. No, in fact, yes, I started PhD while I was working, and I was on that time in Italy, right, because I made a journey back from Ukraine to Italy and then already to Lithuania, and I had some commitments on the ground in Italy as well, so I really had to manage a lot of things at the same time. But first of all, I'm very grateful to the supervisor, because we have figured out that I can do remotely the first semester of the PhD, and then I come already before the new year and I start 2022 in Lithuania. Secondly, as well, with my manager at work, I mean, he was also full of the understanding that I have started additional, or let's say even the main professional track for myself for this point. So I was slowly reducing also the workload related to the projects, though still I was attending the project meetings, I was engaged into communication with partners, and so so on. And indeed, I mean, time management was important because in one day you might need, to read some literature. Then in the afternoon you have couple calls, for instance, and you need to draft some parts of the project application, for instance, right? And at the same time in the morning, I mean, you have a commitment, for instance, at the immigration office in Italy, where I had my long-term traineeship. Yes.
language learning, listening Arabic in the
I'm
morning.
not even mentioning that. Well, Arabic I still haven't started on that time, but I was listening Italian.
Put another video like how many languages do you speak? So
Yes, and you always have to prioritize things
yes,
first of all, because you have to decide where would you like to move towards. I would advise actually to split it into short-term and long-term objectives as well, because it helps kind of also to structure better what kind of functionalities do you need at this point, what will happen to you in 1 year, in 2 years. Though in contemporaneity it's really difficult to predict what will happen to us in 1 year, but still, I was managing all of that, I think, for a half of the year before I moved to Brussels to do a traineeship. So, and indeed, that was a very difficult journey, because especially in October of 2021, I think I was combining 7 or 8 commitments at the same time. Some analytical work, some civil society engagement, some work on the ground in Italy in migration area, PhD, project management. I am also a football referee because I was already refereeing games back to Italy. So that's why if you want to catch up with all of the mentioned items, you have to be able to manage your time, to prioritize, to say sometimes no to some certain things, because you're also a human being. Sometimes you need to sleep, sometimes you need to rest. So that is how it was unrolling.
thank you very much, Dmytro. I think we learned a lot of things from your experience, how to trust in organizations, in community, in a foreign language, how you manage multiple things like PhD, work, and your life, of course. To better things to implement is time management strategies. Maybe we will talk in another video what type of strategies, or tools that we can use for this. Thank you very much. I think it was very useful. I learned a lot because I'm doing a lot of things, and time management is always challenging, how to prioritize things and stuff. So alright, that's all from our side. If you have any question or your experience in Lithuania or in other countries, please share with us on comment section. We have playlist with Dmytro on this channel, so you can check it out for our other videos.
Thank you for the invitation, Suat, and until the next meetings.